Discoveries shape our universe. Every day we uncover secrets, be that of ancient or cosmic kind. An ordinary day can easily transform into an unforgettable event that might not only shape an individual's life, but the lives of thousands. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at 3 amazing discoveries. Drone pilot accidentally finds submerged car linked to missing persons case. One of the things you would not expect to accidentally discover is a clue to a long-since unsolved cold case crime. Unfortunately, for an unlucky drone pilot, this was precisely the case. What was supposed to be an ordinary drone flight turned into a day of intrigue and horror. A body was found inside of a submerged vehicle that sank in the Florida retention pond. The pilot discovered it during a drone flight when a silver Ford Mustang was spotted in the depths. The local police were then contacted. The Palm Bay Police Underwater Recovery Team successfully took the sunken vehicle and the body resided within out of its watery grave. The skeletal remains were sent for analysis by a medical examiner. In 2009, a man by the name of Philip Desir disappeared. Mr. Desir was 38 years old and lived in the Bayside Lakes neighborhood in Palm Bay, Florida. Allegedly, as his wife slept beside him, he got up in the dark of night, left, and was never seen again. Desir disappeared without a single clue being left as to where or why he might have gone, and the case soon turned cold as no one was able to solve it. His wife reported him missing almost immediately. It's still unconfirmed whether the case is linked to Philippe Desir. It's crucial to note that the police believe there to be nothing suspicious surrounding his disappearance regarding foul play, but it's always a possibility. When they checked the car's registration, it revealed it had indeed belonged to Mr. Desir. The car itself, once recovered from the pond, had its front windows rolled down, windshield broken, and tires completely busted. Alongside the skeletal remains was a skull. Whether he had taken his own life or whether someone else was involved, the police were not sure. Dual investigations are currently ongoing to decide the truth behind the disappearance and the end of Mr. Desir's life. What is certain is that Dan Osterhout, the aforementioned drone pilot, could not have possibly imagined that he had discovered something of such importance and yet so terrible. According to Osterhout, he noticed the water was incredibly clear on the day he found the car during the drone flight, despite having flown over this pond countless times before. Typically, he had been able to see 3 to 4 feet deep, but on the fateful day he found Mr. Desir's car, he could see 15 feet into the water. There is a theory as to how the car ended up in the pond. A concrete drain box resides near the lake's edge. If Mr. Desir had driven into it at high velocity, it could have been probable for his tires to become damaged and for the car to roll upside down into the lake. If nothing else, and as sad as this is, hopefully this will provide needed closure for the Desir family. 24,000-year-old organisms found frozen in Siberia can still reproduce. Biologists have made a shocking discovery. A never-before-known microscopic creature that has since been called an evolutionary scandal. The organism has been asexually producing, living and surviving for the past 24,000 years in Siberia's permafrost that is famous for its myriad of mysteries, having preserved endless findings. Deloid rotifers, all-female multicellular microbes, already thrive all across the world in moss, freshwater, ponds, lakes, soil and tree bark. Rotifers are resistant to radiation, starvation, low oxygen, and extreme temperatures of either freezing cold or scalding hot. They are truly amazing creatures to study, as they can freeze their entire metabolism at will and enter a state known as cryptobiosis, or hidden life. According to researcher Stas Malavin, it's a state kind of between life and not. The Russian Soil Cryology Lab has found many variations of such microscopic creatures, such as the 30,000-year-old nematode worm in the very same Siberian permafrost. The rotifers in question, however, have been dated to 24,000 years old. Before this finding, it was believed these microbes could survive 10 years frozen, but not more. These rotifers coexisted with mammoths and woolly rhinos, both of which are long since extinct. Malavin claims that once thawed, the microbes began to reproduce. It's currently unknown what exactly allows these creatures to survive for such vast periods of time in ice. Malavin states this discovery provides the science world with more questions than answers, but every step is closer to the truth. By analysing these rotifers, biologists would be able to discover new, innovative ways of preserving living cells for cryopreservation. We could find out how to keep human tissue, cells, and organs alive under ice. Malavin states, humans cannot preserve organs and tissues for such a considerable time. These rotifers, together with other organisms found in the permafrost, represent a result of a big natural experiment that we cannot replicate, so they are a good model to study further. A British professor of zoology at the University of Manchester, Matthew Cobb, claims that there might be all sorts of organisms and animals frozen in Siberia's permafrost, which will come to light sooner than later with the way global warming is slowly melting the ice, but additionally states, that doesn't mean that terrifying things are going to come out and eat us, but it gives scientists the possibility of studying how the rotifer has adapted to resist the bad effects of freezing and the opportunity to explore the difference between existing species and their predecessors. Scientists discover massive rotating disk in early universe. Our universe, believed to be 13.8 billion years old, has galaxies scattered across it. Most of these galaxies formed gradually, but in the past few years, the National Science Foundation have uncovered an unusual, colossal-sized galaxy the shape of a rotating disk. The galaxy, deemed DLA 0817G, but known colloquially as the Wolf Disk, after Arthur M. Wolf, is a galaxy that rotates at 272 kilometers per second, like our Milky Way. It's also the furthest disk galaxy from Earth, shrouding it in further mystery. Galaxy formation simulations showcase massive galaxies as something that formed across time via the merging of other smaller galaxies. The Wolf Disk threatens this understanding. For the most part, it is believed that this galaxies only began to form 6 billion years after the Big Bang, and yet the Wolf Disk was already formed and massive in the universe's infancy. The Very Large Array and Hubble telescopes were used by the team of researchers to analyze the Wolf Disk, but it was the ALMA radio telescope that uncovered the galaxy itself in 2017. According to Joe Pesch, a program director, this observation epitomizes how our understanding of the universe is enhanced with the advanced sensitivity that ALMA brings to radio astronomy. ALMA allows us to make new unexpected findings with almost every observation. J. Xavier Prochaska, a professor of astronomy at the UC Santa Cruz, stated, its properties are astonishingly similar to our own galaxy, despite only being 1.5 billion years old. Marcel Neilman, a German professor and lead author of the study, stated, while previous studies hinted at the existence of these early rotating gas-rich disk galaxies, thanks to ALMA we now have unambiguous evidence that they occur as early as 1.5 billion years after the Big Bang. This discovery is extraordinary due to the way it challenges our perception of reality. In Neilman's words, most galaxies that we find early in the universe look like train wrecks because they underwent consistent and often violent merging. These hot mergers make it difficult to form well-ordered, cold, rotating disks like we observe in our present universe. Neilman and his co-workers believe that the Wolf Disk's immense growth happened due to a hefty amount of cold gas being involved in the galaxy's creation. And yet, this spawns more questions, such as how and where the gas came from, especially to maintain such a massive cosmic structure. The Very Large Array and Hubble telescopes were used primarily to analyze the Wolf Disk's star formation. ALMA had looked at the galaxy's radio waves and its movements in terms of dust and gas. The VLA focused on its mass and fuel required to create its many stars. The Hubble telescope's job was to analyze the stars using ultraviolet light. The research proved that the Wolf Disk produces stars at a velocity 10 times that of the Milky Way, if not more. As such, it must have been one of the most active galaxies in the early universe in terms of the pace of star creation. When Neilman discovered the Wolf disk with the ALMA telescope, he had been looking at a quasar near the disk. The quasar's lights were seen passing through a large amount of hydrogen gas somewhere around it, which clued the astronomers in to where the galaxy was positioned. This is a method that has helped scientists discover many rare cosmic worlds. Neilman claims the fact that we found the Wolf disk using this method tells us that it belongs to the normal population of galaxies present at early times. When our newest observations with ALMA surprisingly showed that it is rotating, we realized that early rotating disk galaxies are not as rare as we thought, and that there should be a lot more of them out there. But what do you make of these 3 discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.